Hi, is it me? I think it's me. It's already 3 o'clock. Good gravy. This day's going quickly. Hi, it's me, Scott. I hope you're safe and well and healthy and practicing good social distancing and washing your hands and all of those things. It's Friday, I think. Is it Friday? It is indeed Friday. I stayed up too late working on PCB designs because I'm designing some PCBs even though I forgot how to do it, but I'm kind of learning how again. So it's good. It's going well, but man, I get so caught up in it. It's like playing Factorio where I just get so laser focused on every detail of what I'm doing, you know? And then I like rework things and it takes a million hours. We should do a PCB design stream. We're not going to do it today. Here's the thing though. I use fritzing. I did like a tiny bit of Eagle in grad school, but fritzing is what I've used in the past and it's what I'm currently using. But I'm like kind of feeling a little this. It's not that my circuits are very complicated, but maybe I should learn Eagle one day. It's just like, that's a real thing to learn, you know? Like, there's some software that it's like, oh, I'm going to sit down and just play with this software, right? I'm just going to sit down and mess with it, figure it out. You can't really do that with CAD software, I don't think. And particularly this, like, circuit PCB design software. So I'm just sticking with fritzing for now. So what are we going to do today? The thing we're going to do today, I'm pretty sleepy, so I might just take a nap. Well, you all do the stream and I'll take a little nap. But I've been thinking about Electron just a little bit because more and more often, not like constantly, but more and more often, I work on projects that have a like node-based server component. It's pretty consistent. Like that's just, for whatever reason, that's the thing that happens a lot now. And when that thing is on the internet, it's fine because then I just deploy it and it goes to Glitch or Heroku or AWS or whatever. It goes and lives somewhere else and it's not my problem anymore. But now that I've been getting more into this thing of Node as my hardware bridge, where I can, and I don't know, there's definitely arguments against this for sure. And there are definitely people that would think this is a bad idea, but that, you know, I'm getting to the point that in these projects, I want like modularity. I want like separate systems, separate, both for my sanity while I'm working on it, but also for my sanity and the sanity of others in the future when it has to be maintained. So like, and the stuff has to talk and work over the internet anyway. So like Node's a good fit, I think, for that. The thing that's a little annoying is when I want to deploy one of these applications, right? I want to say like, go up into the world, dear friend. You're now going to do the thing you're going to do. So you like, for example, we've been doing the music, the MIDI bridge thing. So that has been that's fine. And I like it. I like the approach. I like the strategy, but were that going to live on a desktop machine? It's going to live on a Raspberry Pi, so it's a slightly different story. But were it going to live on a desktop machine, like some other projects that I'm working on will, I might not want to bother with the setup of Node and like, you know, it's like set up Node, get the repository, install all the modules. It's not that hard, but if somebody else is doing it and I'm trying to instruct them, it's way easier if I can say just like, hey, just go to this GitHub releases page, download this and double click it and it will run. So that to me, that's what I am interested in Electron. I'm not very interested in like using it for what it's for, you know, like developing pretend native applications using web tech. I'm more interested in like, hey, it's a way that I can wrap a Node system. Because often these Node systems have some kind of web front end anyway, like some kind of web console or whatever. So I just want to I just want to play with that a little bit. I may not do it. I may not do it on any of these projects, but I have never done it. So I thought, like, let's just give it a try, and hopefully not spend too long on it. Because I do think I need a nap. Maybe might get a little cranky, get fussy. Actually, I didn't even check. Should have checked that all my audio and stuff's working. Appears to be. The stream yesterday was so weird. I didn't even post it on YouTube. I don't know if I will. Now, this is the most important part of the stream, where I pick the wallpaper I want. That's pretty good, but I feel like we can do better. I want, like, no human... Oh, speaking of yesterday, I lowered the bitrate. So let's raise the bitrate again. Okay, and... Like what I want that one picture was pretty good. I want some nature, but I don't like. Can we get nature with no evidence of humans? Like, I mean, that's nice, but I don't even want roads. I'm not crazy about the color in that one either. Interesting image, but quality is not super great. Beautiful, but I think that's evidence of humans. These are humans, I believe. Also nice, but humans. Am I crazy when I like try to filter by landscape? Landscape to me, that was close. That's beautiful. Like, I don't know. Is it crazy to want landscapes that don't have? Is my bitrate terrible? Am I having bad bitrate problems? It seems pretty consistent, but it's like there's a little rave down here. OBS is having a little... Should I be concerned? It looks okay in that web browser over there, I think. I don't know. Oof. We're still looking at wallpapers, huh? I can do this all day. I really can't. I feel like maybe it's just... Some days I have good days. Sometimes I have bad days with random number generators. And today feels like a bad day. Maybe it's because I'm a little cranky. Nothing seems quite right. This is a good stream when I just look at wallpaper for 10 minutes. Dude, that's cool. If we just looked at pictures together. Oh, that one was close. We already hit the button. Okay, let's just go with this. We're gonna go with this because I'm ready to move on in life. So I don't know how to do this. I've never done this. How do we want to handle this? Let me switch over here for just a minute. Make sure I didn't accidentally leave a project open that is a secret project. The wrong... I don't want that though. No folder open. Okay, you just open a folder. Desktop. Gonna need to sneeze. That's not gonna happen. Oh. Pardon me. I do have some good news. I did get... my expensive Japanese toothpaste did come. I feel like it's already working. It's already working. Maybe? I still see the, like, transparent spot. Anyway, okay, we gotta get it together. It's just sleepy, man. Okay, we're over here. So, I think... This is all just node stuff, right? So this is... What does -D mean? kind of don't like it, the short. Does that mean dev? Oh no, no. No, I just want to know the command line arguments to npm. This is whatever. Whatever. We'll just do this and trust it. Maybe mad though because we haven't initialized this folder because I just made it. I'm just making all this up. Thank you for using Core.js. You're welcome. You're very welcome. The author is looking for a good job. Anybody? Anybody's got a good job for Zol? Yeah, like why would this work if we're not? Yeah, you got an npm init first. Probably shouldn't have called this project Electron, but it's too late now. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I don't know what to call this project. What do we call it? Some other subatomic particle? Quark. You're not supposed to edit that. Quark. Okay, now try. Great. Okay, it's easier than I think, so that's good. I don't want to watch a video though. Definitely don't want to do that. Get started. I don't want to do that either. Can I just get some... I don't want any of this stuff. Maybe I should have done this. Well, let's see what they got going on in the old Electron quick start. I'm off to a bad start here. Yeah, I want to write my first Electron app. We did great. We're doing great already. Is it that easy? Okay, let's save dev. Const Electron require Electron. Yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be great. Okay. Do this. Let's just steal this file. Okay, so this is in my... Oh no, was I supposed to call it main.js and not index.js? They said index. They said main. What a blunder. Main.js, index.js, we stole that file, Aaron Square, and then inside here, we stick this. It's gonna work. Oh no, it was index.js. And we could change it just to match the example. Oh my gosh. Incredible. We did it. We made an Electron application. That was actually like a bit easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, I'm curious about some things. Like this data. So I'd know things about the process. So that's cool. And what opened the dev window? Is that presumably something in here? Open dev tools. So that's the load file. Okay. So I didn't want to open the dev tools. I just wouldn't do that. Value of allow render process, what? Is this the thing I care about? Why are you telling? I don't know if I... Is this actually a thing that's pertinent to me? Kind of seems like it isn't. Okay, so we ran this and we got this thing. Well, that seems really, really darn easy. So presumably, if we want to continually talk though, what do we use? WebSockets? Electron Forge. Electron Builder. I hate this already. Okay. Setting up, first app. Running my app. Did we do it? This is our app we just ran, right? Okay. So Electron's APIs. So what do we actually know about? We know about the browser window. So we can just do stuff in the browser window. Like we create a window if there's not a window there. Window. That's our browser window. Okay, so size and things like that. Node integration. Communication between the processes is possible. A render process can call upon the main process to perform tasks. Okay, this is interesting. Exposes full access to Node.js both in the main and the renderer process. So anything we can do. I mean, okay, so I can use Node, but that's like, is renderer, the renderer process, does that mean the web browser itself? Okay, those are two processes, but like I still have to talk across them, right? Like, Native node modules, compilation of native code. Wouldn't that always be true? I feel like I'm missing something because it seems like that would always be true. Performance strategies. Adding features to my app. Notification API. Okay, I don't actually care about that. Application process, custom doc menu. Like the bigger thing I'm interested in is like real-time communication between the two. And maybe that's like totally obvious, but. Like, am I just... Doesn't that seem like something that they would be a little more explicit about? Like, hey, since probably the thing you want to do here is talk between the back end and the front end, here's the thing. Access from a render process. So this is... I'm pretty confused about the actual... Okay, maybe I should actually read the thing. Fundamentally different and important to understand. Well, I guess I'm not understanding them. I get it. There's the main process. And then it's running all these Chrome web pages. But the thing I'm confused about, I guess, is like, what's the best practices for dynamic content in a web page? Like, what? Like, what? How do we do this? Is that silly? So either I have to do some inter-process communication which is like Electron specific, right? Like that is Electron specific. And then I mean, they kind of look not totally different. I mean, like conceptually, it looks like you're just sending events. So I'm gonna like make a thing and I'm gonna send data. So is IPC really the deal here? So the thing that's interesting. One of the reasons I like the WebSocket version is then you can build everything non-electron-y, you know? Like you could build everything and it could still run on a server and it could still be fine. The interprocess communication version, you do have to open a port. That's true. So, I mean, yeah, okay, conceptually pretty dang similar, it would seem. IPC main, where's that defined? And it's not initialized, that's just how it works, okay. And then on the web side, okay, also you have to like maintain a WebSocket connection. I guess something could go wrong with it. You would hope that it wouldn't, since it's all just balled up in one thing. Okay, I see. So the IPC is how we would send data back. So if I just wanted to make like a real simple, silly thing, so there's that version, but I kind of want to go the other way. So that's handy to go backwards, but I kind of want to go the opposite way. Electron log. mean, because what kind of sounds nice, you know, probably most of what I would ever be doing on the website is just showing some status stuff, like not. And I guess I would tend to want to see the logs on the terminal side if it was launched from a terminal, but what if it wasn't launched from a terminal? Okay, so how do you, okay, let's table that for a minute. Like I didn't see that in the docs. How do you actually build and distribute? Distribution? I see. Okay, so Electron Forge is the first one on the list. Warning. Warning. Less recommended. Interesting. Okay, so like, I know this stream is just me reading a lot, but it's maybe better than me sleeping, because I could just fall asleep. Okay, that makes a thing. Distributables. Okay, I'm pretty curious about this whole process. So maybe we just let's just try this process. In the Windows terminal preview. I have NPX here? I guess so. All right. My app. My app. So I was just imagining, like, one potentially handy thing. What's your problem? Oh, get. I don't want to deal with that right now. I guess we could install a system get. Man, I don't want to deal with you in the Windows land, though. That's annoying. That's annoying. Okay, maybe we won't do that right now. This is a low energy stream, I know, I'm sorry. Oops. Wait, I didn't mean to delete these files. Ooh, I deleted the wrong thing. Yes, yes, yes. Will that work? Yeah, we need to. Okay, that gets us this far. We've got the cool thing, but yeah, what if we wanted to do it ourselves? I don't know if I want to, but you know. Got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Those are all interesting things. So what are we going to do with this? So I was just thinking, like, is this a way that we'd want to handle if we did want to do node? No, maybe not. Yeah, it's tricky. So like, you know, the hardware talking stuff I've been doing, I like with Fermata and Serial on the node side. But there is that web USB stuff. We could do that in that scenario if we really wanted to have hardware control and just do it straight from a web browser. Yeah, it's tricky because it's like these scenarios where I have these custom node servers are hyper specific. And maybe it could be a little easier if it's just a little binary that runs, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's better where it's just the just runs in the terminal. And then you can actually see what's going on. Caveat being, yeah, well, shoot, right. That's fine on Linux and Mac because it's so easy. But on Windows, it's pretty annoying. But I don't think I want to use Windows for installations anytime soon. Actually, though, that reminds me of something else I kind of want to look at. Should we flip the topic on this stream? Okay, I feel like I have a handle on Electron now. It's actually it's way easier than I thought it was going to be. The how to talk across, I would say, it seems like the inter-process communication is the way to go, unless you want something that could run in other contexts, which I probably would. Because it's nice to like test from sometimes I test from machine to machine, or like, yeah, sometimes you don't exactly know how things can run, so I don't know. Okay, I kind of don't want to talk about Electron anymore. I feel like I get it. This is the least useful stream of all time. We knew that was going to be true. Everybody knew it was going to be true. What I am curious about, though, I'm just going to change Ubuntu 2020. What is it? 0.4? Didn't this just come out yesterday? What? I just want to know about the new version. I definitely don't want to register for a webinar. Yeah, tell me. Just give me like something. So here's the thing. Often in the past, I have used Raspberry Pis for things or other little single board computers, and that's really great for many kinds of installations. For something where you need graphics, like substantial graphics that are going to do real things, it's not ideal. Whoa. Ariana, you definitely can't help me. Are you real? I don't think you're real. And so often, especially with the Children's Museum here in Pittsburgh, by the way, oh yeah, these are residency streams. I'm the technologist in residence. I think I forgot to say that. Right now at Museum Lab. we're still not like, I still haven't really figured out what that means or how it works yet. I mean, what that project is. I'm working towards it. Because the world's insane, as everyone knows. So the thing about this is, yeah, I've used Mac Minis very frequently. And Mac Minis I like them because they're small, they're very reliable, they are easy to ship a replacement if you need a replacement. Mac OS is a very good operating system. It is a good, like, reliable operating system that just runs a long time. And it is also a thing that normal humans can use if somebody has to make some changes remotely. So, like, tend to really like that. Windows is a nightmare for stuff like that because who knows, like, if there's going to be some update that's going to break everything or whatever. Like, I don't ever want to think about installations running on Windows, preferably. But recently, especially with kind of the influence of Neil Mendoza, the previous technologist in residence, I've been interested in using Linux machines. And the main reason for that is most of the time, the graphics requirements of my software are totally manageable with Intel integrated graphics. Like, I don't need a dedicated GPU. Sometimes I do, but like, you have, if you're talking about a really nice PC with an intense GPU way over here and a Raspberry Pi with basically nothing over here, the Mac Mini's in the middle because it has its integrated GPU, but you pay $800 for that machine, and that seems like a lot. And you get some nice things. It's a nice build quality. It's a great operating system. Like, you get some things from that for sure. But something we've been doing recently, especially with traveling exhibits, is saying that, well, yeah, we could have a really reliable $800 machine that goes out with this exhibit out into the world. And if it breaks, like, I hope somebody can fix it over the phone, or maybe somebody has to fly there. Because who knows what's going to happen once it's out in the world. Or you can say, instead of buying a $800 Mac Mini for the same price, and actually for more recent hardware in some cases, not all cases, it's not entirely true, but comparable hardware, let's say, you can get 2 Intel NUCs. Now, these are i3 NUCs if you're really trying to make it for half price, but you get the point. Like, in the same ballpark of functionality, let's say, you can get 2 for 1. And then if something goes wrong with this exhibit while it's on the road, you just mail them one machine and they mail the other one back and you fix it. And then you have that as a spare. And that is definitely way cheaper than sending people on airplanes, for sure. And it just, like, doesn't feel good. I just don't like it. Like, especially, working with the Children's Museum, where sometimes I make an effort to not be wasteful with the budgets, let's say. And not that a Mac Mini is wasteful, but it is, like, it's bordering on not fully necessary, let's say. And especially when I'm personally doing goofball weird stuff, like, I don't want to use my laptop. I don't want to leave my nice machine there. Like, I have a few $100s for a Intel NUC. Seems pretty good. And the NUC 10s are out, I believe. At least some of them are. But they're too costly, maybe? Maybe only the performance versions are out. Yeah, from $800. I really want a NUC 10 i3. And I'd be really curious to know how much this costs. So the NUC 8 i3s are under or around $400. Before adding hardware. So these are fancy NUC 10s that already have all kinds of bells and whistles. We don't want that. We like this bare bone. No, that's not bare bone either. Maybe the NUC 10s that you can just stick your own stuff in are not out. What's that site? Simply NUC? There's some weird site that's like... They'll have it. They're Simply NUC. Right? Build my own NUC. I'd love to. How much fun they're having. Man, these are cool. Look at that. Desktop graphics. Boy, those are expensive. But that's pretty cool. Wait, is that even without? There's a real GPU in here? Or is that that's the NUC? Can a real GPU go over here? Or maybe it's this one. So these are the ones that aren't out yet. But I think this is 1,000. I'm sorry, I don't remember which ones are which. One of these you can stick a real GPU in. These have Vega M. So those are like pretty real. Okay, this guy. So mid-June, so we're not there yet, unfortunately. But I'm interested in this guy. So this is $500 with a little bit of memory and a little bit of storage, which I don't feel like this is the best deal, but hey, maybe this isn't the place to get them. Wait, what is F and K? Oh, that's the tall boy and the not tall boy. Yeah, because it's even saying 500 for this. And that's not right. So the thing that I think I would want is this friend. That's a bummer that it's not shipping yet, though. That's really unfortunate, because that thing seems like... Wait, that says it is now shipping. Oh, it's just the tall one that's not. Oh, wow. Can I buy one of these? From Staples? Wow. If this is real, then this is pretty awesome. So that is a 10th generation i3, and it is an i3, but it's a 10th generation i3. So you just stick some memory in there, maybe 8 gig of memory, and then like 128 gig NVMe, and put Linux on it, and that probably costs about $400. That's pretty cool. Now there are other alternatives, certainly. There's this thing, which I've been tempted by, but I think I trust a NUC a little more. Do these guys? No, not Kickstarter. Or it's just Udo. Can't remember if it's what. These are okay, but you know, you still got to buy all your stuff, and it's not that much cheaper than this. There is one though that has real graphics. What is it? I kind of thought it was the Udo. It's the bolt. It's these bolts. So these are cool, and they have like something like a real GPU in them, but they're not very cheap. Like they're about the same price as a NUC, but like this is an interesting one if you need something with some more substantial graphics, but you still want to be pretty tiny. Yeah, this is it's a cool thing, but I don't know. I worry. I don't trust it as much for like a project that has to work and has to be out in the world as much as I trust a NUC. It is certainly more graphically powerful, I think. I think that's fair to say, but I don't know. One of these days I'll come up with an excuse to get one of those. Okay, anyway, all of that said, the the point I was going to make a million hours ago, before we started looking at all that stuff, is on these NUCs, there's a question like, what's the OS going to be? We're not running Mac OS there. Maybe we could try to Hackintosh one, but that doesn't sound scary. We definitely don't want to run Windows for an installation. So that kind of leaves Linux. And even though there's a trillion distribution options, the two that I really kind of make sense to me are one that I've never tried, Intel Clear Linux, which is like supposedly extremely performant, and it's made by Intel and it's supposed to run well on their hardware, and Ubuntu, just because in some ways that's like the sort of default Linux distribution of this era. That changes sometimes, but I feel like it's been that way for a minute now. The advantages of Clear Linux are it's made by Intel, and they make the hardware, and it's supposedly very fast and very optimized for their hardware, even though weirdly it also seems very fast for AMD hardware. But it seems like performance-wise it'd be really good for a NUC. Disadvantages are it's Intel, and I don't really trust them with open source stuff. They've had a lot of kind of open source projects that they've let fall by the wayside. It is also a rolling release rather than a long-term support, which isn't really great if you're like going to set up an installation that needs to be supported for a very long time, like 5-10 years. So I kind of want to try this one of these days, but at the moment I'm leaning towards this. So I got set up on an installation I'm working on now with Ubuntu, whatever, 18, whatever it is. And it has some really stupid problems. It has like major frame rate problems that I had to go edit some random config file that presumably fixed those problems, or it did fix those problems, but may have dramatically increased the CPU usage. I didn't test that yet, and therefore power consumption. But this new guy just came out yesterday, so I'm kind of tempted to try this. It had a particular emphasis on security and performance. So if it like, oh, also this other one was so dumb. Sometimes you want to make a screen vertical. Like sometimes you want to have a screen and you want to turn it sideways because it works better for your kiosk or installation or whatever. And the NUC that I was using Ubuntu 18, whatever, dropped to like single-digit frames when I rotated the screen. It was real dumb. Touchscreen kiosks are insanely bad, but I don't do touchscreen. I don't do touchscreen kiosks. I usually do them with some other kind of, kiosk is maybe not the right word, but some other kind of magical interaction. How are you, Life is Yours? Or now my new jam is QR codes, and then you just do whatever you want on your phone. We're going to see if that actually works, but it seems to work. I mean, on paper it works. So, I'm kind of... I guess I want to try this. I've got a NUC somewhere. Somewhere's a NUC. It's lost. I thought it was on this desk. Is it hiding under this? No, it's not there. There's a NUC around here somewhere. I got it to where it works. I couldn't rotate the screen, so I had to actually rotate my software, which was really dumb. But maybe some of those things will be fixed here. I guess since I have a little bit, unfortunately I'm like way busier than I kind of want to be right at the moment, but I do have, since schedules are unknown, I potentially have some time to experiment, and I do kind of want to try Clear Linux. Kind of Clear Linux versus Ubuntu 20. Maybe we'll do that on a stream. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but what are we actually going to do right now? I really lost thread. This has been a rambling one. I'm sorry. It's just it's the sleepiness talking. Guess we could like install this in a VM or something. Or I could plug in it would almost surely break something, but it would be kind of funny. Maybe I could plug in the that NUC if I knew where it was. You know what, maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe we will do that next time. I think I'm going to be done. I know it was a short stream. It was very ridiculous, but I'm a little sleepy. And I'm just trying to like keep the momentum going of streaming every day. At least we learned that we don't, I think that we don't like Electron. Is that what we learned? Or that we don't care about Electron? I don't think I care about it right now. I think with playing with it for 20 minutes, I feel like I want to do things a different way. Okay, we'll try to get back to like a more productive, sane stream on a day when I'm not about to fall asleep on the ground. But have a lovely Friday, and I will talk to you very soon. Maybe we'll play a game later. Maybe we'll play that fancy Minecraft later. Maybe not. Okay, bye.